Welcome back, all of you. Today's session, we are going to learn about internal treatment of water. The contents of today's session are introduction, internal treatment, and some methods of internal treatment of water. The outcomes of today's session, student will be able to understand what are the internal treatment of the water and what are the methods that are used in internal treatment. Let us entering into the introduction. Okay, before going to introduction of today's session, we just recall previous two sessions. In first session, we are learn about water availability, distribution, hardness of water, units, as well as determination of hardness of water by using complexometric method. In second session, we are learn boiler troubles, that is priming and foaming, scales formation. Next one, boiler, corrosion, and caustic embrittlement. If you carefully observe the hardness of water and boiler troubles, these two are formed some contaminants that are present in the water. So in order to remove those contaminants present in the water is called as treatment. In our syllabus, the treatment can be done by two types, that is internal treatment and external treatment. In this session, we are going to learn only internal treatment. Okay. Internal treatment means it involved addition of some chemicals into the boiler water for removing scales formation by the salts, and that is convert into sludges, and finally blow down operation. That means what? Here the scales formation in the boilers, you know very well the difference between the scale and sludge. Scale is a hard precipitate form inner walls of the boilers, and sludge is a soft and smooth precipitate formed in the middle of the water. So generally sludge we can easily remove by blow down operations or filtration process, but scale cannot removed. Why? Because it is a adjacent that are attached to the boiler inner walls. So here, in order to the problems which are caused by scales, so that to remove the scales, the scale may be convert into sludge by some internal treatment methods, so that we can easily blow down by the sludge, so that we can easily remove the scales formation in the boilers. So some of the internal treatment methods are here discussed. There are so many methods, but only a few methods we are discussed. So in that, the first one is colloidal conditioning. The second one is phosphate conditioning. The third one is Colgan conditioning. And the fourth one is aluminate conditioning. Let us observe the first one, colloidal conditioning. So the colloidal conditioning means here what are the precipitate present in the boilers, that may be scale or sludge, may be convert a colloidal by using suitable agents like kerosene or tannin or gels. So kerosene, tannin or gels are added to the water, so that scale form substance is convert into a sludge, which can be removed by easily the blowdown operation. So finally, colloidal conditioning understanding by using some suitable agents. So we are convert that sludge into a colloidal format. You know very well, colloidal is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, right. This is the first one, colloidal conditioning. The second one is phosphate conditioning. So this is also one of the method in order to remove the scales formation the inner walls of the boilers. The addition of sodium phosphate in hard water to react with the hardness causing agents and gives calcium or magnesium phosphates which are soft, non adherent, and can be removed by easily blow down operations. So you know very well, the magnesium chloride and calcium sulfate, these are two causes permanent hardness of the water. So in order to cause permanent hardness of the water, we may be mixed sodium phosphate. So when we mix sodium phosphate to this type of calcium and magnesium causing salts or sulfates, they may be converted into their phosphate, that is magnesium phosphates or calcium phosphate. So the magnesium phosphate and calcium phosphate is a soft nature precipitate. So this soft nature precipitate formed in a boiler so that we can easily remove by filtration or blow down operation. So this is the one of the method, that is phosphate conditioning, that is sodium phosphate we are using here in order to precipitate some hardness causing agents, right? And the second one is, that's why third one is Colgan conditioning. Here Colgan is a trademark. The actually name of Colgan is sodium hexametaphosphate. Sodium hexametaphosphate. The Colgan is a trademark. So by adding Colgan to the boiler water and prevent the scales and sludge formation. So this is the actually formula of Colgan. Na2, Na4, PO3, 6. That is hexametaphosphate. So calcium sulfate, which causes permanent hardness to the water. So mixed with the colgan, they may be formed calcium phosphates complex. So this is a precipitate which is formed in a boiler so that we can easily remove by the filtration or blow down operation. So okay, let us understand the diagrammatically. So how the coagulants are act in a boiler. So you take in the first picture this one, and this is the water, and these are bubbles shown in blue color or violet color is the impurities. So by adding coagulant, this is a yellow color stars is a coagulant. So when we mix the coagulant into the water, the impurities present in the water may be formed a precipitate. So the coagulant forms precipitate, tapping by the impurities, so that the precipitate can be tapped by impurities, settle to the bottom. If suppose the molecular weight may be increases, so that they can easily settle down to the bottom, so that we can easily filtrate or blow down. So this is the mechanism which is um, observed in a colgan. Okay, right. And the fourth one is sodium aluminate conditioning. This is also one of the method in order to remove the scales the present in the boilers. So the hardness when treated with the sodium aluminate to produce sodium hydroxide. So that means sodium aluminate when react with water to form sodium hydroxide. So this sodium hydroxide react with the magnesium chloride as well as calcium chloride maybe forms magnesium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide. Here magnesium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide is a precipitate, so which we can observe in boilers, we can easily filtrate. So that means what? So the hardness which is caused by the magnesium chloride, which may be removed by adding sodium hydroxide. So in this sodium hydroxide may be produced by the sodium aluminate. So that means the sodium aluminate is mixed into the water. So it is react with water to form sodium hydroxide and aluminum hydroxide. This is also precipitate, and sodium hydroxide which is react with magnesium chloride to forms magnesium hydroxide. This is also called as precipitate. We can easily remove by the filtration or blow down operation. These are the few methods that are removed by the scales which are formed in a boiler inner walls. So that may be convert into sludges, we can easily remove. These are the internal treatment methods of water. So finally, I conclude the internal treatment means we does not bring water to any other levels. We just mix some chemicals into the water so that we can remove what are the agents which are caused by the scale, so that we can easily prevent by the scales formation in the boilers. Okay, so that's all about today's session. In the next session, going to discuss about some softening of water like a geolite process and ion exchange process. So these are the methods we can call upon external treatment methods. That means water we are bring out the other way to in order to purify or in order to remove impurities present in the water. So geolite process and ion exchange process, these two processes we are going to discuss in the next sessions. Thank you one and all.